So obviously, when marketers, either at the agency level or direct, are thinking about podcast advertising, they can think about it at the host level, they can think about it at the genre level, or they can think about the audiences that you guys deliver at scale. So how should they go through that thought process? Should they be doing all of those things simultaneously, or should they sort of start with audience and work their way back to genre? How should they think that through?
Well, I think, I think it could, to really do an effective podcast campaign, you may want to do a little bit of I don't necessarily know if genre advertising is as important as that host read. And I always suggest, even though we don't sell the host read, we sell audience at scale. I always suggest selecting a few shows where that host lines up well with what you're trying to accomplish, or the program itself lines up really well with what you're trying to accomplish as a marketer, and then use us for scale to really move that needle.
Right.
The challenge with the host read ad is there's a lot of waste. I was at the IAB upfronts the other year, and I asked the audience how many people have listened to a podcast. It's kind of a layup in the past 30 days, and everybody raised their hand. 250 people in the room. Then I asked an age qualifier, and I said you could fudge on it a little bit if you're uncomfortable, and 2/3 of the hands went down. And then I asked who's in the market for a new SUV. 2 hands remained up out of 250. So, therefore, if you're buying against the show and its full audience, there's a lot of waste. Even though it can be very effective, there's still a lot of waste. So pick a handful of shows that line up really well, and then buy audience at scale, and you're going to best move that needle, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's always been the premise of programmatic in general, right? And so obviously that's going to be the case too. If you can cherry pick out the people who are really in market and a perfect fit against your demographics and your psychographics, that's going to work better.